Mr9351 here, and in today's video, I have got even more exciting news to share with you guys about the brand new mobile game, Skylanders Ring of Heroes. Now, in case you're wondering, my theory was correct. It does appear that every other day is how often we can expect these character reveals, because once again, the pattern is held true. Now, I assume it'll hold true in the future, and in 2 more days we can expect even more Ring of Heroes news, which is absolutely amazing. And I really like that we're actually getting consistent character reveals for this game, unlike Skylander games in the past. That being said, though, let's go ahead and dive right into the news, because I can't really do the discussion without actually showing this image to you guys. So here is today's character reveal. So without further ado, here is today's character, Sharpshooter Terrafin. Sharpshooter Terrafin is definitely a bit of a surprise, as you know, Terrafin is, a character, but Sharpshooter Terrafin was the Superchargers variant. What's interesting to me is that it looks like, they're actually going to be including Supercharger variants of characters in this game, which is not something I would have expected. Now, it doesn't look like all characters will be of their Supercharger variety, as we already have a reveal of Stealth Elf in her normal form rather than her Super Shot Stealth Elf form. So I don't know if maybe it's possible that regular Terrafin is also in this game. We don't really know the answer to that question right now. All we know is that there will be, for at least some characters anyway, the Supercharger variants of their characters. And we also have gotten some artwork, or rather some in-game screenshots from before that included Stormblade, so obviously Supercharger characters will be in this game. Anyways, though, let's actually dive in to break down this image. So he looks the least changed in his awakened form. Now, he still obviously looks changed, but I think that as far as actual overhauls go, it's probably the least amount. You can basically just tell his entire suit becomes more mechanical and more metally. I do really like what they did with his sharpshooting gun, and the rest of his armor just looks more mechanical, and overall he just looks like he's a war machine, basically. Not like the Marvel War Machine, but you know what I mean. Anyways, though, yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. His element is Earth, as it has always been. He's always been an Earth character, and his class is Attack. So this is now the this is now the first Attack class character that we've seen so far. So now we're up to Defensive, Defense, Expert, Support, and Attack. Now, we don't know how many classes there are now, but that does bring our grand total of classes up to 4. Now, let's actually take a look at his abilities. So his first ability is called Slam Support. Now, it's kind of a weird name. Slam Support is, you would expect that to be a support character's move, But so I don't really know what that means, but I assume that he just takes his shark gun and hits the ground with it or something, or maybe that's his belly flop. I don't really know what that is. The secondary ability that he has is the Starving Shake Missile, and I assume that this is where he shoots his sharks out of his gun. I assume that that's what happens. And then his third ability is called Shark Skin, and it looks like he is coming up from under the ground, which is kind of weird because it's called Shark Skin, but he's coming up out of the ground. I'm looking at the artwork here for all 3 of these and the names, and I'm kind of a little weird. These ability names are a little weird, in my opinion. They don't really match up with what I would expect for Sharpshooter Terrafin. So I really have no idea how this guy is going to play in the game, but those are his ability names and stuff like that. So I guess that's all I can break down on here. I'm sorry I don't have anything more informative to tell you guys, but it's kind of hard to make assumptions based off these ability names and artwork. But yeah. One other thing that I wanted to point out to you guys is that now we have gotten 5 Skylanders revealed. We've gotten Eruptor, Jetvac, Stealth Elf, Hex, and Terrafin. That brings, like I just said, the total of revealed characters up to 5, all of which have been of different elements. And I imagine that as time goes on, we'll continue to cycle through the elements before we start to get repeats of the elements. At least I hope that that is the case. One other thing that I wanted to touch on in this video is about the light and dark elements. There have been a lot of people, trying to figure out if this game will feature the light and dark elements, and my honest opinion is that yes, it will, and I think it's fairly obvious why it will. People might say, but Portal Master, Skylanders Battlecast, it didn't feature light and dark elements, it was the last mobile game. But yeah, let me show you something. The Skylanders Battlecast logo right there, it did not have the light and dark element symbols in its logo. Look at the Skylanders Ring of Heroes logo. The first thing that I noticed when I saw that logo was how it had the light and dark elements included. So I think it would be really weird for Come2Us to literally put them in the logo and then not include them in some way, shape, or form. I mean, heck, maybe they won't actually be playable characters, but somehow I'm sure they will be incorporated. But honestly, if you're going to incorporate them in the enemies, I would find it weird to not include it in the playable characters. That'd be kind of weird. In my opinion, I know that there are fewer light and dark Skylanders to draw from, but again, it's just, why would you put it in the logo if you're not going to include them in the game? Either way though, hopefully we'll be seeing some light and dark awakened characters soon, because, like, honestly y'all, I was watching Jap28's video, shout out to him, and he was talking about how he wanted to see an awakened Aurora, and let me tell y'all, awakened Aurora would look awesome, but so would an awakened Nightfall, Astro Blast. Like, I love all the light and dark characters, and I think it'd be absolutely amazing to see them in an awakened form, and I honestly hope that they end up doing that. One final thing that I did want to touch on is the actual management of the Facebook page that Skylanders Ring of Heroes, all this news is being posted on. So I was actually looking through the comment sections on some of those Facebook posts. I normally try to shy away from comment sections on Facebook posts since Facebook can be a little crazy sometimes. But I was like, you know what, let me just read through and see if they've actually put anything in these comment sections. And I actually found where they did. And basically, someone had said, you know, I'd love it if Skylander figures were somehow incorporated into this game. And they basically straight up said, okay, look, they're not included in this game, and I'll include this thing over here. So I can't remember it word for word, but basically it was something along the lines of, you know, we know Skylander figures aren't going to be included in this game, but we will pass on the feedback that you would be interested in something like that. So if there was any doubt that Skylanders figures would somehow may or may not be included into this, that's pretty much direct confirmation that figures will not have anything to do with that, which is what I figured. I figured that about the figures. That's fitting. But yeah, I assumed that figures would not be in this game. That outright confirms it. But what is nice to know, this is nice to know for two reasons. Because one, it means that they may consider doing figures at a later date. That's the first reason it's nice. The second reason that it's nice is because Come2Us is already building a relationship with the fan base, which I think is awesome. And I've always had a criticism of how that's been handled in the past. I think that was a big issue with Battlecast, and I'm excited that we are actually seeing a company that wants to communicate with the fans and actually wants to, you know, listen to our feedback. That bodes really well for the success of this game, and honestly, that right there excites me just about as much as the reveal of the awakened characters. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this artwork of Sharkshooter Terrafin. Tell me down in the comments what you guys think about his awakened form. I think it's pretty cool. Probably, honestly, not my favorite of the awakened characters, but still, I think they all look amazing. He's just not my favorite. I don't know why. But, yeah, tell me what you guys think. Tell me what characters you'd like to see revealed next. But for now, that's all I have for you guys. This has been PortalMaster9351. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to all my patrons on Patreon, especially Liam Corner, The Collector Creepypasta, and Portal Power TV. That's all for now. See you guys next time.